Dr. Ed Byer here. Today we're going to talk about something that I see a lot clinically. Many times people come into my clinic and they have they tell me that they've been diagnosed with Graves' disease, which is an autoimmune condition against the thyroid when the thyroid is producing too much hormones. And many times they really don't have Graves' disease, and it gets misdiagnosed as Graves when it's really Hashimoto's. Let me explain why, okay? What happens many times, not all the time, but many times when someone develops Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the immune system starts to attack the thyroid, and because of all the tissue destruction, they start to spill too much thyroid hormone from the thyroid gland into the general circulation, and they initially get signs of hyperthyroidism. So in the beginning phases of Hashimoto's, sometimes it can present as hyper. And so what will happen is TSH will start to go low because the brain, which is where TSH comes from, will only send out TSH if thyroid hormones levels are low. So when thyroid hormone levels are low, TSH goes up. When thyroid levels go up, like in this case, the brain will stop stimulating the gland. And so your doctor, if they're looking at TSH, is going to say, and you've got all these heart palpitations and anxiety and inward trembling and sweating and you can't sleep, they're going to say, oh, you have Graves' disease. And they would be wrong. You just have early Hashimoto's. And so here's the symptoms that we see right here. Heart palpitations, sweating, increased heart rate, anxiety, inward trembling. And so these people, this is an awful thing to go through. But sometimes this is how Hashimoto's presents in the beginning. And then after a while, the gland starts to burn out and you go into the hypo state. So let me just tell you, to clear up this confusion, the definitive diagnosis for Graves is not having low TSH and not having these symptoms, but it's having a positive TSI antibody. All right, if you do not have a positive TSI antibody, you do not have Graves' disease. That's the way it's diagnosed, okay? You can also, with Graves, have positive TPO and TGB antibodies, but you have to have positive TSI antibodies to say that you have Graves' disease. And a definitive diagnosis for Hashimoto's is proper TPO or TGB antibodies and not TSI antibodies. So positive TSI antibodies is definitive for Graves, and early Hashimoto's can present like Graves, but it's really not. I'm Dr. Byer. I hope that clears up that confusion. Have a great day.